Ryan Dinenage is jailed after a caravan attack near the Windsor event. Ryan Dinenage, who's 32, of Caithness Walk in Croydon, was jailed for 8 years and 6 months after a serious offence against a woman inside a caravan following a Royal Windsor horse show. Phone data and forensic evidence contradicted his accounts and helped investigators secure today's conviction. Elsewhere, armed police have responded after a man injured on a Lancashire street. Armed officers attended Queen Street in Great Harwood after a man in his 30s suffered a serious neck injury near a pub. He was taken to hospital and since been discharged. Police says that the victim and the suspect are known to each other. Inquiries to make an arrest are continuing and there is no wider threat to the community. Elsewhere, a woman is arrested after 4 men injured in Covent Garden. The 47-year-old woman was arrested after 4 men were injured during an incident in Covent Garden in London. A nearby barber intervened and helped prevent further harm until police arrived. 2 men remain in hospital with injuries described as neither life-threatening nor life-changing, while 2 others have been discharged. Police are treating the incident as isolated and linked to mental health concerns. Elsewhere, Christopher Wright has been jailed for life after killing a former lodger. Christopher Wright, who's 73, was jailed for life after being convicted of murdering his former lodger, Richard Dyson, who was 55. The court heard Richard disappeared in 2019, and his remains were discovered 6 years later inside a concrete-filled barrel at a property in Barnsley. Wright was also convicted of several firearm offences and attempting to obstruct justice. His accomplice, Carl Schwalblel, who's 72, was found guilty of helping to conceal the crime. Other news, the 9-year-old Minnie Mercer dies after a Scotland incident. Minnie Mercer, who is a 9 from West Yorkshire, died after being found seriously injured at the Elliott Industrial Estate in Arbroath, Scotland. She was taken to hospital in Dundee but died shortly afterwards. The 35-year-old man known to Minnie was being arrested and charged in connection with the death and is due to appear in court. Elsewhere, Le Mercer dies in serving sentences for violence offences. Lee Mercer, who's 45, died in prison while serving a 4-year, 7-month sentence imprisoned in December 2024. Preston Crown Court heard that he repeatedly threatened and seriously harmed his former partner during 2 incidents, while also making threats against her children and damaging property. Elsewhere, Brito Lawrence sentenced after an incident behaviour on an Emirates flight. Brito Lawrence, who's 27, of Abingdon Road in Middlesbrough, received an 18-month community order after admitting outraging public decency during an Emirates flight from Dubai to Newcastle. The court heard his behaviour caused serious distress to the woman travelling beside him with a young child. Lawrence was also ordered to complete 150 hours of unpaid work and pay £940 in costs and charges. Elsewhere, Shane Porter is charged after the Jimmy Ward fatal shooting. That Shane Porter, who's 35, has been charged with murdering Jimmy Ward, who's 36, following a fatal shooting at a Traveller site near Cricklade in Wiltshire. Eddie Porter, who's 74, and Tammy Brown, who's 42, were also charged with assisting an offence and possessing an unlicensed shotgun. All 3 remanded in custody ahead of a court appearance. Also, Osranko Anati is jailed after attacking his former wife. Osnarko Anati is 26 and was given an extended 9-year sentence after admitting to attempted murder of his former wife, Victory Antati, on Duke Street in Edinburgh. The court heard that he travelled from London waiting near her home and attacked her while she was pushing their daughter in a pram. 3 members of the public intervened and helped restrain him until police arrived. And a murder suspect questioned after a woman is found dead in Bolton. A 36-year-old man has remained in police custody after a woman in her 30s was found unresponsive with injuries at a property in Udale Avenue in Brymont, Bolton. She was pronounced dead at the scene despite emergency efforts. Police have launched a murder investigation and said the incident is believed to be isolated with no wider threat to the public. That's your latest courts and crime update on DM News English. Don't forget, these crimes are very rare, so don't have nightmares.